What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 94. My name is Harrison, and I am joined by my brother Nick, as always.
As always, spooky, man.
Yeah, spooky season, man.
Omnipresent, always here.
Yeah.
Welcome to spooky season.
Spooky season.
You know, I've already decorated the porch. You know, got some spider web up. Got a big spider on there. Got some orange lights. And, I'm feeling pretty festive.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good. Have you decorated yet? Have you decorated for Halloween?
No, we don't usually do a ton of decorating for Halloween. We might I don't know. We usually go all out for like Christmas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like we have a house and stuff, so it's hard to like really decorate everything. But and Halloween decorations are so expensive. They're so ridiculously expensive for like,
and they're
really cool. Yeah, and they're really cool stuff. But yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. We've got a jam-packed episode. We've got, of course, the games that we've been playing, which Nick and I both got into Halo Infinite. Got to try out that the beta, the flight test, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So we both got to try that out. We got a bunch of news to talk about, and of course, we got our Metroid Dread giveaway that's coming out at the end of the week. Yeah,
yeah. So we're going to talk about the Metroid Dread giveaway at the end. Unfortunately, for all you listeners who are hoping to hear it soon. But yeah, we're going to talk about the end. But we got some fun stuff to talk about this week. I've been playing some Demon Souls. I've been playing some Halo Infinite. You've been playing. Looks like you've been playing some Bayonetta as well.
Yeah, a little bit Bayonetta action. It's yeah. So before we get into all that, Nick, how was your week?
Week was good, man. It was great. I went to a pumpkin patch this weekend.
Okay, nice.
And yeah, I got a pumpkin. It was very fun. Did the whole hayride over to the pumpkin patch. Saw some cows. It was weird because like me and Alicia were there with like a bunch of like younger couples that had recently had a kid. So like they had a young child with them. And it was just like us. And like everyone else had like somewhere between a 1 and a 5-year-old there.
So you were like the third wheel couple or something?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. We're just like, we're really out of place. Because we just wanted to come and get some pumpkins, but I guess it's a big family thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Like who are these weirdos with no kids riding this hay?
Yeah, a bunch of losers.
Did you carve the pumpkin, or you just got one?
We have full intentions of carving the pumpkin, but not yet.
Okay.
I don't know what the timeline is of when you should carve a pumpkin after getting it, but
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't think pumpkins. I guess it depends. Like if you're keeping it like on your porch, it'll probably last a good while. I remember one year we left the pumpkins in the back of my car, and they didn't explode. They kind of like imploded, but also rotted. It was super gross. So
that's disgusting.
Yeah. So luckily it was in my old car, but yeah, it stunk pretty bad. Rotten pumpkin is pretty bad. For those who've never smelt rotten pumpkins, but yeah,
I haven't had the fortune of smelling one before, but
yeah, it's pretty gross.
Maybe I will this year. Maybe if it sits out long enough, I can smell it. But yeah, the pumpkin patch was good. Did some more skateboarding this week, which is fun.
Yeah, I love, like, I think TikTok is, for those who don't know, Nick's got a TikTok where he does the skateboard videos, but that's like kind of the perfect platform for skateboarding videos. It's like one trick video, whatever, slow-mo it, show your fails a couple of times, what you usually do. So yeah, it's
boom, 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 you're done.
And boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so I've gotten kicked out of the parking garage a few times, but not lately. Yeah.
Who's kicking you out? Like the owners?
Security guards. They'll come on the behalf of the business part of the complex and say, hey, you can't skate here. It's a liability. If you get hurt, you're going to sue us. And I'm like, yo, dudes, I promise I'm not going to sue you. And they're like, yeah, okay.
And it's not,
which I wouldn't.
So, I mean, is it the same security guard? I'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Stop.
No, it's been a
such a rebel, Nick.
time. I know. I'm trying. I'm yeah. This is my way I rebel. by skateboarding in parking garages. No, it's been a different security guard.
Okay.
The first one was pretty strict, and I left immediately. And then the second one was like, hey, like, I don't care. He's like, you can keep skating if you want, but the business center would prefer you not to skateboard. So I was like, okay, I'll go across the street. Chill. Yeah. And he was like, you can skate across the street. And then I went across the street, and then another security guard came out and kicked me out. I was like, dude, like, where can I skateboard here?
It's just a liar. They don't have like a skate park or anything around there.
There's one like 20 minutes away, and it's really, really good. But if I'm just wanting to like skate flat grounds and film some tricks, then I don't want to have to hustle all the way to a skate park.
It's funny.
Yeah. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Normal work week, I guess. Brittany and I on Saturday, we went down to our downtown, and we participated in this murder mystery game that you use your phone, and it's kind of like Pokemon Go, where you have like your map, whatever, your GPS, and you get fed like a story or whatever. It's like the premise was, there's this, they call it the Ripper. It's like someone's like knocking off like the Ripper.
That's cool.
From England, and the guy, the police officer, the detective, he can't trust anybody in his precinct, because no one knows who it is. So he calls upon you, the investigator, to come around. So he gives you like these 25 pinpoints on the map, and it's all within a pretty good area. Like it was a lot of walking, but you just go, and some will be like, oh, thank you, blah blah blah. It'll be like 5 minutes off your actual time, because there's like, I think there was like 55 or 60 other groups participating. Which is crazy, because like I've never seen something like that before since Pokemon Go was the thing, where everybody was on their phones. But it was a super nice day. It was like, I think it got up to like maybe 80. Traffic wasn't too bad for being downtown. It's like right before like the local furniture market thing's going on, so there's like a lot of construction and stuff. People are getting ready, so it was pretty light traffic. So we had to worry about crossing streets and stuff like that. But
nice.
They give you like these suspects, and you go talk to them, and you can interrogate them, get more information, stuff like that. So it was really cool. We walked around for about 2.5 hours, and we had 2 other people with us, and they got bored, so they left. And we're like, well, we're gonna finish, because we're already like 2.5 hours into this thing.
Too deep now.
Yeah. So we had like maybe 10 left, and we only had like an hour to finish. So we walked back to my car, and Brittany had her phone open, and we drove around to the spots. And then I was like, well, because then after the end, you vote who you think is the killer and what weapon did they use. So there was like a scalpel and like a butcher's knife and a bunch of other items and stuff. So we went to Brown Truck. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's like a little like bar or whatever. So we went there and had a beer while we guessed. So I think we got it wrong twice, because we were also not super prepared either. Like we did, like some people had like notepads and stuff and were writing stuff down. So we didn't really know what to expect. This is our first time doing stuff like this. And I think we're going to do another one in April. But we ended up getting it right. But every wrong guess, it adds an hour to your time. So that kind of sucked. Or no, I think it was 30 minutes. So we got an hour added to our time. But we ended up getting it right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. Like I really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoy it more probably the second time once we know what to do. But I mean, people were dressing up as like detectives and stuff, and had like one group of like 7 or 8 had all the same T-shirts. Was like, this is my crime solving shirt or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So it was pretty cool. And other than that, that was kind of it. That's kind of the exciting part. Other than we fed our dogs like wet food last night, and woke up this morning. And I went to my office, and like my stomach also hurt too. So I was pooting around in the office and stuff. And then I went upstairs to grab a drink, and I came back down, and it smelled super bad. And I was like, well, maybe it's just my lingering farts or something. And then Brittany came down a little bit later and let Iris out, and she had shit everywhere in like our laundry room where we keep them up at night. And it was like explosive diarrhea. It was really gross, and it stunk really bad. But enough poo-poo talk. That was a great way to start a Monday morning. So that was fun.
Speaking of poo-poo, let's talk about Halo Infinite.
Because guess what's not good, dude? Yeah, let's talk about Bayonetta and then Demon Souls, and then we can finish up on Halo Infinite because
yeah,
I really want to talk about that.
All right, so Bayonetta, give me your thoughts.
So I forgot like how hypersexualized Bayonetta is in this game. Like it's just every other shot is like a butt shot and just super duper slow motion, and like I forgot like
out.
Yeah, I forgot like her weapon is her hair. So like, and it's also her like her bodysuit, whatever. So it's just like constant. It's like wow, I totally forgot about that game. But I really like it so far. I mean, it's a lot like that Devil May Cry kind of era of gaming, which I forgot about. But I think I'm like maybe 7 or 8 chapters in. So I'm not.
You're pretty far.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how long the game is, but I really like it so far. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's good. I like it a lot. It's and like the missions are like maybe 10 minutes long, so they're super fast.
And this is the first game, right?
This is the first game. Yeah. I got it on sale. It was the combo pack with the Bayonetta and Vanquish, which I also heard is a really good game. So I'm probably gonna play that eventually. But it was $15 on sale, so
not bad. I
scooped it up, so I'll finish that, and then I'll eventually dive into Bayonetta 2 at some point. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I'm surprised I never played it before. Like I played it a little bit, I think, but I never got into it. But yeah, it's really good, and it holds up pretty well.
That's good to hear because I started with Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U.
Okay,
and I don't actually I might have finished it on the Wii U, but then I bought it in addition to Bayonetta 1 on the Switch because I'm a sucker.
You double dipped so many games from Wii U to Switch.
That Skyrim. Well, Skyrim wasn't on Wii U, but
yeah.
Everyone double dips on Skyrim though.
Yeah, I think I've triple dipped at this point. I don't know. Quadruple dipped. I don't know.
I've sold my soul to Skyrim.
But Nick, you finished Demon Souls, so let me hear about it.
I did. I conquered it, man. I didn't expect to finish it last night because I made some progress. I beat there's a boss called Penetrator, and
nice.
I beat the Penetrator. I was like, okay, like I think I'm gonna call it for the night, because like I was having some trouble with one really hard boss. It's called Man-Eaters, where you're fighting against 2 like gargoyle like creatures at once, and you're on this you're kind of on this like bridge that has like a little circular area in the middle, and it's really hard not to fall off or not get hit off.
Yeah.
So I fought them pretty early in the game, and then I was like, I'm going to come back to them later because you can do that in Demon Souls. You can just go to a different realm and fight the bosses there, and that's kind of what I had done. And they were really like the only options left. Like I had already killed all the other bosses, so I went back there and beat him first try. And it felt pretty good. You know, it's just the AI is kind of dumb for the Man-Eaters. They'll just kind of like fly around and spin in the air for a long time, and then they'll crash down for a second, then fly out again. So it was just a battle of attrition. And then after that, I was like, man, I'm pretty close to the end of the game. So I went to the final boss and ended up beating him first try as well.
Nice.
I was like, man, like Dark Souls has taught me a lot because the final boss is like, it almost feels like a blueprint for like the final boss in Dark Souls 3, like Lord of Cinder.
Yeah.
Kind of like where you're fighting a humanoid. Kind of felt like a Bluepoint for those kind of games. Or yeah, Blueprint. Sorry, I got Bluepoint on the mind. Felt like a blueprint for like all the games to come. So that's like, all in all, that's kind of what Demon Souls feels like. It feels like a blueprint for, you know, all the other Souls games. And, you know, there are a lot of gimmicky bosses that like only have one way you could damage them. And it's just kind of weird because like there aren't really any bosses in the other Souls games that are like that.
Yeah.
Or they're like maybe like 1 or 2 per game.
There's a couple,
but this one
per game.
There's a couple. But this one had like, I don't know, it felt like half of the bosses had one singular way you could damage them, and then
interesting.
The other 4th were just really, really easy. And then there were a couple that were that were really challenging. But yeah, the hardest part of that game was just going through the levels because just the base enemies were pretty hard.
Yeah.
So if anyone's like struggling with the game, I would recommend jumping around to a different world and maybe trying out some different levels and different bosses and different builds. I mean, I just played using like a melee build. I know magic is really easy in this game. Magic's like overpowered apparently. And then, yeah, I just went with the melee build and stuck with the regular longsword the entire game, and it worked out.
Nice.
I just upgraded it. I was like, man, I can't really find a weapon that feels better than this one. So I just pushed through it. And
yeah, I'm surprised to hear how easy it is, easier compared to Dark Souls, because I was under the impression that this game was like brutally hard.
And that's what I thought, but like I find myself like
maybe it was back in the day, because that was like the first time that style of game came out, really.
I'm sure that's the case, because I've played all the other Souls games at this point. Like I kind of know what to expect, and I found myself beating bosses like the Penetrator first try, and like that was easy, like compared to like a normal like Dark Souls or Bloodborne boss.
Better than everyone else.
My God.
My God.
So yeah, the levels kind of put me in my place, but the bosses made me feel pretty good. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, I loved it. I want to play through it again, but I know Metroid Dread's coming up, so I don't want to start anything. I also played the first hour of Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
I don't have too much to say about it so far, but the game looks amazing, and it really takes advantage of the DualSense. It has like kind of like the alt fire for all the weapons, like where if you hold it down all the way, it'll fire off a different type of blast. So it's really good. Excited to talk about that more, but I'll probably hold off on playing that until after Dread, which
for sure
we don't know how long this game's going to be. It could be an 8-hour game, could be a 15-hour game, but
yeah, I'm hoping like maybe 8 to 10. I think that's pretty solid, because I mean this game's like pretty high replayability. So
I think there's a sweet spot. I think 8 to 10 would be perfect.
Yeah, I think so too. But lastly, Nick, Halo Infinite, we both got to try it over the weekend. I downloaded that. I think I downloaded it Friday morning and played a little bit, and the multiplayer wasn't active yet or online yet. But I did dabble into the bot matches, and also like the gun range, whatever. Which was, I think that's the first time that's been in Halo before. So you really got to get a feel for all the guns, and they have like, I think challenges and stuff you can do. But I mean, all the guns feel really good.
They do.
The pistol is like godly, and I love it. And the assault rifle is actually like most of the time in Halo 5 or really any of the Halos, like I don't really mess with the assault rifle too much. But in this game, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, Nick, I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of the beta?
I thought it was amazing. So I squatted up with a couple of people Saturday night, and we ended up with a fourth person. So we had a kind of a full squad.
Yeah,
and
nice.
We played from 8 p.m. to midnight. We played throughout that entire beta that night.
Oh wow, nice.
So like I had like Adam in there, and then Matthew, who you've met.
Yeah,
we were having a blast, man. We played some regular Slayer, and then some big team battle, and it just feels so good. Like the movement feels incredible. The gunplay feels amazing. The pistol, the commando, assault rifle, battle rifle, they all feel so great. Like even like wielding the gravity hammer it feels like you're wielding something heavy. It feels like you're impactful. And man, I'm so excited for this game to come out. Like I cannot wait. And I'm excited for the campaign too at this point. Like after seeing the quality of the multiplayer, like if they're putting this much effort into the campaign, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting to note that they don't have, or at least I didn't see, they don't have like the sprint rush anymore or whatever, and they don't have like the
ground pound thing
or whatever.
And I think that's for the better.
I think so too. Yeah, it's just like it feels like Halo 1, but just modern, which is awesome. Like it feels so good.
Like you still have the slide, you have the sprint, you have the what is it called where you climb up a ledge? It's this not scramble.
I think it's scrambling, right?
Maybe.
I think it's that scramble up or whatever they call it. Scramble.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, it feels great.
Yeah, it's still got all that. Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of Big Team Battle, a little bit of just regular Slayer, and yeah, it's been a very long time where I've been this excited for a multiplayer game. Like I want to play Battlefield, but I just don't know if $70 is going to be worth it for me. And I'll really have to just check out the reviews first to see how that is. But like, dude, I'm so sold. I'm good. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
And like, you know, it comes with Game Pass, right? So there's not too much to sell me on. Like I would play this game anyways, but this just made me so confident in the Halo franchise. You know, like, yeah, this is going to be one of those longevity games where they're, you know, having a battle pass every few months, and you know, great, because I'm it's free, and I'm glad that 343 is you know, finding a good way to make money, and that'll go towards better content, more maps, and you know, presumably all of that will be free as well. You know.
Yeah, and I really like the maps too. Like,
like
Halo. I think that my biggest problem with Halo 5 is like I didn't love the maps.
The maps were pretty trash in 5 because they used the Forge mode to create what felt like most of the maps.
Yeah, it did. There's a couple in Halo 5 that were good, but yeah, the ones I played so far with Infinite were awesome. And yeah, man, I'm itching to play again. It just feels so good to play.
I like that you can hold on to power-ups like the overshield and invisibility.
Yeah, because you get what, 4 or 5 uses, 3 uses depending on what it is.
Yeah, with like the grapple, you get like 3 uses.
Yeah, 4, something like that.
There's like a deflector you can use. You get 3 or 4 uses out of that. I mean, yeah,
which you probably awesome. Won't stay alive long enough to even use them all, anyways. So
it's irrelevant.
I also did feel like I was like I murdered a lot of people.
Yeah, I felt pretty good.
I felt pretty godly in the game, but I mean, you know, who knows?
Like there were some points where because we had some, you know, some pretty good players on our team.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty good. And there were points where like we were down like domination a little bit, and then we all kind of like, you know, teamed up together and you know, got our stuff together, and we just like murked them from there. You know, we just took the map by storm.
Yeah.
And it feels really good. It kind of like brings back like that level of toxicity that you're used to in like Halo 3 or Halo 2. And like I want to chase this feeling, and I don't know why.
Yeah. I want to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like I felt myself yelling like, you were absolutely trash at this game.
You're trash, kid.
I was like, man, I miss like just the what is it called? The link up multiplayer in Halo 2.
Yeah.
The LAN parties are the LAN battles in Halo 2. I miss those.
Yeah. I'm super excited for this game. I was kind of on the feet, like not on the, you know, not on the edge about it or whatever. But you know, what am I trying to say? My confidence in the game wasn't, you know, 100%, just, you know, from the delays and the co-op thing and the Forge being delayed. But yeah, after playing this flight test, I'm there. I'm ready to go. Day one.
I'm ready to see more of campaign.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
I don't need to see any more of multiplayer. I'm good.
Yeah. Did they plan on doing one more flight test, or is this kind of it?
I'm sure they will. Like it's we got 2 months until it comes out. A little over 2 months.
Yeah, they did tweet, or maybe it was Facebook or so, I don't know, but they said that if you missed out, sign up for another one. So I'm assuming they'll probably do one like November or something like that.
And this one was open to everyone too.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to see just a little bit more campaign, just a little taste,
a little sliver
of what to expect, and then I'm good.
Yeah, it was a great time. Halo Infinite. Oh, it feels classic, but modern at the same time.
Exactly. All right, you want to jump into some news?
Let's jump in.
Let's do it. You want to start with the first one?
Yeah, so we had some big expected news this week. So Sony has officially acquired Bluepoint Studio.
Nice.
They made the Demon Souls remake. They made Shadow of the Colossus remake. It was a remake.
Remake, yeah.
Yeah. So they have a pretty good pedigree of like remaking and remastering games. I think they did the Uncharted trilogy as well.
Okay.
So I mean, that's great for Sony. I mean,
yeah,
it's like Bluepoint has been kind of exclusively doing work for Sony for a while, so it definitely makes sense. And I think Bluepoint is working on an original game at the moment. I don't know if it's like an original IP or if it's just like they're not working on a remake.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see whatever comes out of that. I'm hearing some rumors that they could be working, or they could have, before they were acquired and all this, they were working on a Bloodborne remake / remaster.
Awesome.
So
yeah, they got that experience with Demon Souls. So
just take those assets and move them over to Bloodborne.
Oh man, that would be pretty sick.
Would you, let's say like you picked up a PS5, would you repurchase Bloodborne?
They would have to do a lot to it, like graphically. I think maybe even throw some new content in there. I don't think I could spend $70 on a Bloodborne remake unless some big things were changed. I mean, the game was excellent. Like
it looks great too. Like,
yeah, it still looks good.
Pretty good.
So I mean, I don't know what they could do other than just making it run better, 60 frames maybe. But I don't think that's worth $70, and it would be $70. So
at this point, like I don't know if I want another Bloodborne DLC. I'm still working on that last one.
Yeah. I don't know. I would. I don't know.
I'd rather them do a Bloodborne 2, but
yeah, well, for sure.
Yeah.
Next up, we got some more Nintendo Switch Pro 4K plus new Switch rumors going on. Man, they just don't stop.
Yes.
This came from Bloomberg that mentioned that some devs have a 4K kit, right? Something like that. And then Nintendo immediately came out and completely denied it, like they did the last one. So of course that riled up the YouTubers and the news article, the news outlets and stuff like that, who took it by storm and made millions of videos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Nick, I don't think there's a 4K one.
I think I
think we're either 2 years away from that, or that COVID affected them so badly that the OLED was supposed to be the 4K model, and now they're just going to push it to be whatever the next thing is.
I think it's going to be the Switch 2
or whatever, whatever it is. I just don't think there's a world where they're going to release a 4K model next year, which is what people think. Now, people are saying it's going to launch alongside Breath of the Wild 2. I'm still not confident that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be released next year. I think it could be released maybe April or March or May of 2023, but and then maybe that's when the new whatever comes out, right? I just don't. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be another model next year. That seems a little bit crazy.
They're not just going to get the OLED 1 year on the market. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And like at that point, they would have four different SKUs. They would have the Lite, Switch, OLED, and the Pro, or whatever the Pro is. That's too many.
Yeah, it's too many. Do you think, Nick, at some point they'll phase out the base Switch and just have the OLED and the Lite?
I think at a certain point they will, but that's still a pretty big gap between the Switch Lite at $200 and then the OLED at $350.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like after like a year they'll do like
drop
a
the price down. Yeah. But then it's like then it's like I mean, because we
Switch.
Yeah, I mean, we've both got, or not both, but we both watched OLED unboxing videos here recently, and it looked like the screen looks insane compared to it makes the original Switch just look kind of blurry almost with those comparisons. So as someone who's pre-ordered it, I'm super excited, just because like I'm justifying my purchase.
Yeah,
because other than that, there's not a big change.
It's a Switch.
Yeah, it's a Switch. So, I don't know, man. I just don't think there's going to be a 4K model next year or at all. I don't think there's going to be a 4K Switch at all, unless people have opened up the dock and it has it's got a chip in there that can be upgraded. So maybe Nintendo will
like release a new dock.
Yeah, or they'll update the dock or something so it can make it 4K. I have no idea, or upscaling or whatever they can do. Not a super tech guy, so I don't know the exact verbiage or how they'll possibly do that. But there's something that dock is different than
just press the 4K button.
Yeah, just press the Bluetooth button and apparently it'll turn it on. But
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, Nintendo's I don't know.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you plan on playing Metroid Dread completely handheld?
I think I'm probably going to play a lot of it in handheld.
Yeah,
I think so. I really want to test out what that OLED looks like with that and a bunch of other games just to compare. Like I want to see Hollow Knight because that game's beautiful. Of course, Breath of the Wild. Check that out. I'll probably end up playing. I mean, I'm going to clean up my office here this week and get everything kind of set up. Make room for the OLED, but and I'm probably going to play it. If I do play it on the TV, I'm probably going to play it on my gaming monitor and stream it potentially.
Nice.
So, yeah,
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I would watch that. Yeah, I don't think there's a 4K Switch.
Yeah, I think there probably is some sort of new Switch in development that could be 4K. We won't see that for a long time, I don't think.
No, not for a couple of years.
Yeah.
What's next, Nick? We got some more Sony, some PlayStation news.
Yeah, so Sony is testing. They're calling it PS5 trials. So the first games that are coming to this platform, or so to speak, is Death Stranding and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Okay. So with Death Stranding, you get 6 hours to play, and Sackboy, you get 5 hours. But the caveat here is the countdown timer starts once you start downloading the game.
Oh, gosh.
So depending on your internet connection, you could have as little as 0 minutes to actually play the game.
Why is that such a Sony thing to do? God, they are such trolls, man. It's a great idea.
And I think they've done it before in past console life cycles, but yeah, it's just weird, like not everyone has like Google Fiber or whatever extremely good internet. I mean, some people some people just don't have good internet. It would take them a night to download Death Stranding, and it's just weird, man. It's weird. It's like, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
But why don't you just have the timer start once you press play?
Yeah, that makes that doesn't make a lot of sense.
And just I guess a lot of people will say that like, hey, like you could just go offline and the timer wouldn't count down. We'll just require people to be online when you play the game. Then you could still, count down the timer and, yada yada. But
yeah, I miss like the days of when games had demos and stuff like that. Like not a lot of like AAA games anymore get like nice demos. And I mean, that's a 6 hours, 5 hours. That's a pretty significant amount of time to try that game out. Like, I don't know how Sackboy is, but I can't imagine it's much higher than 5 hours. I mean, good God, but Death Stranding.
Yeah, I can't imagine Death Stranding's any longer than 6 hours. Speaking of which, I think I might upgrade because I have the game.
It's $10, right? $10 to upgrade.
$10. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff in there.
If I get in the mood to do a delivery, then I'll jump in. All right, so it recently came out that Tango Gameworks. They're already working on their next project after Ghostwire Tokyo, so that's slated for 2022 sometime. But they're already working on the next thing. So Harrison, do you think it's The Evil Within 3?
I would, as recently playing Evil Within 2 as well as you, Nick, I would be super excited for an Evil Within 3. But I would also, I mean, if they were to do something else, I would be down for that. I mean, I loved Evil Within 1, Evil Within 2. Ghostwire looks pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, I'll be excited for really anything they do. But yeah, Evil Within 3 would be really cool.
Do you think they would do anything outside of the horror genre?
I don't know. That's kind of their staple, right? It's been nothing but horror kind of stuff, survival horror. I mean, if they wanted to, I'd play it, but I do prefer like. I mean, I don't play a ton of horror games, but they are probably one of my favorite genres to play in. Resident Evil and Evil Within and stuff
what's
like that.
What's your line? Like you say you like horror games. Like if let's say a game like Outlast, where you can't, where there's no combat, just running away. Would you play a game like that?
So
or do you like the survival?
I watched you play Outlast a lot, but I never played it myself. But yeah, I do prefer like the survival horror kind of like exactly how Evil Within is.
For having a chance.
For having a chance. So I do like those style of games a lot. Just because there's not a lot of those games out there, really. For as popular as they are, there's really not a ton. So whenever those kind of games come around, like I'm always super pumped to play. So yeah, I don't know how well Evil Within 2 did. Sales wise,
I don't think it did very well.
Yeah, and then prior to, hopefully, like a lot of people played it on a Game Pass. Because if you haven't, and you like survival horror, it's great. It's really good. So yeah, I'm excited for anything they do. I think I've liked what they've done so far.
And then just quickly here, Monster Hunter Rise. We knew this was coming to PC, but it's coming to PC in January.
Okay.
It's going to have an uncapped frame rate, which is a pretty big improvement. Actually, I think the Switch version ran at 60.
Oh, okay.
So it ran fantastically. But yeah, it's uncapped. And then it's just coming out before the DLC launches next summer. So yeah, PC players look forward to Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
What else we got? Marvel's Avengers and Scarlet Nexus are both out now on Game Pass.
Yep. So that was part of like their
unrelated, but
completely unrelated. That was part of like Xbox's Tokyo Game Show announcements, which they might as well not have even done a showcase or anything. They just
showed up.
Not a lot, but I think Phil Spencer mentioned just trying to make more Japanese games, I guess, right? That was kind of the big thing out of that, which is kind of always the case with Xbox. Like Xbox just does not sell well in Japan. They try. They always try. Like years and years ago, they had games like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, which specifically Lost Odyssey was a really excellent turn-based RPG. I really like that game. And Blue Dragon, I think I don't know if it was the creator of Dragon Ball Z, but I think it was definitely the music producer behind it. That was part of for the soundtrack. So that was, I've always wanted to go back and play that game. It was weird, but it definitely had like a Dragon VR art style, which was compelling back in the day. So yeah, and lastly, Resident Evil 4 VR. We got a release date. It's coming out October 21st.
Just in time for spooky season.
Spooky season. Who's ready to buy Resident Evil 4 for like the 18th time? Because I know I am.
Man, yeah, I'm pretty ready. It's been long enough. Played it on the Switch 3 years ago. This is gonna be a lot though. It's like what is it, like a 14-hour game in VR? That's a long time.
Yeah, it is. It's a very long game. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty hardcore in VR. But it's been a long time since I played 4. So I think the last time I played it was on the Xbox One when it came to that. I think I bought it. So it's been a while. I still think the Wii version is probably the best for Resident Evil 4, which is surprising because I absolutely hate motion controls. But this could be pretty awesome. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, it sounds really cool from the previews I've read. It sounds like it has like a fair amount of like jank to it. The cutscenes aren't in first person, right? Because like sometimes like Leon's jumping out of a building and rolling, and you don't want to be, rolling
in first person.
Kind of like so they just like cut back to like you watching a screen of the cutscene, which is fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
But it sounds like combat's kind of hard. Just because there's a lot, and normally you're in third person, so it's kind of built around that. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to check it out. We still don't know a price point, do we?
I don't believe so.
It seems to be priced at $40.
Okay, that sounds right.
That sounds right. Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
Well, I think 40 is the most expensive for VR, right? On the Oculus Quest 2. I think that's the highest I've seen games. Yeah.
Like I know Walking Dead was 40. Arizona Sunshine, another horror game, that one was 40. So yeah, it makes sense.
Cool. That is going to do it for the news. Nick, you ready for this giveaway?
I am ready for this giveaway. Okay, so thank you everybody for your submissions. People submitted through Twitter, through Twitch, and through email.
Yeah.
And our winner today is Roman. Roman's the winner. Congratulations. Roman sent an email to us, and this is all picked randomly via Excel. But Roman sent an email and told us why he was excited for Metroid Dread. And we hope you're about to get a little bit more excited because you're getting it. So congratulations. We will be in touch about your digital copy of Metroid Dread. But we wanted to thank everybody for participating in the giveaway. We hope, everyone is still able to get Metroid Dread and enjoy it. And, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the reviews in a couple of days. Hopefully they're really good.
I think maybe Wednesday is when an embargo lifts.
I think 6th. So. Yeah, I think Wednesday morning.
Cool.
The embargo will lift. So I hope it reviews really well. And this is the first 2D Metroid game since Metroid Fusion back in 2002.
Yeah,
and that was a game I played for the first time this year, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I've never beaten a Metroid game. I've played a couple of them, but obviously Metroidvania's style games are some of my favorite games out there. So I'm excited to see the kind of the creation, the creator of this genre. I played some Castlevania before too, but this is kind of like the original. So super excited to see how maybe the developers can, maybe change it up a little bit and from other games that have come out, in the last 20 years. So Noodles, appreciate the Prime sub, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Noodles. Thanks, man.
But we definitely appreciate everyone that participated. And if you found us through this giveaway and you checked out the show, we definitely appreciate that. And we hope you stick around.
Thank you so much.
Because we'll probably do some more giveaways at some point later on in the year. We've got our 100th episode coming up. 6 episodes. So we are doing a top 525 games of all time for each of us. So we'll be talking about that. It's going to be lots to look forward to.
Yeah. So congratulations again to Roman. We will be contacting you via email. But if you have any other social media that you want to reach out to us on, feel free. So thank you everybody for participating. I had a blast reading all of your comments and reading why you're all excited for Metroid Dread. It seems everyone's in the same boat. They just want to see the succession of Metroid Fusion and seeing the final chapter. I mean,
it seems like this is probably going to be the best selling Metroid ever.
Yeah, I'm guessing it'll sell 3+ million in the first year. I mean, I'm hoping it gives some confidence in Nintendo to start releasing those Metroid Prime remakes, remasters.
I got a feeling we might get them next year because I don't know when. Yeah, I think Prime 4 is probably like a 2023 game at this point. Maybe Christmas next year. I don't know. No. But if Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year, during that time frame, definitely not. But But Nick, where can they follow us on Twitter?
They can follow us at GamingWT Bros. We do a lot of polls, and I've been tweeting all of my Demon Souls progress. Yes. If you want to see that, go catch up there.
He's got a breakdown of how many times he died per boss.
Yeah.
So which is crazy. There were so many that was 0. I was like, this is for babies? Is this a baby Cells game?
Is this a baby
What's going on?
We'll announce any giveaways there as well. So go give us a follow there. And we just like interacting with everybody. So tweet us any questions you have. tweet us any thoughts you have on Metroid Dread, Metroid Prime, anything non-Metroid as well. I know I have a Metroid background right now, but just ignore that. But yeah, we appreciate you so much. So thank you everyone for watching and tuning in.
Yep, and I'll have some OLED impressions next week too. So
yeah,
let's keep it. So we'll be here
Man,
on
exciting
Twitch.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Twitch.tv/gaming with the Broscast will be live next Monday 8:30. So we will see you all there.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.